Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's get started though with our conversations on CARICOM. And we're happy as always to be joined by Barbados Ambassador to CARICOM, His Excellency David Comissiong. Good morning to you, Ambassador.
Good morning, Pearson. Pleasure to be here with you.
Good to see you once again. Today we want to look at some of the best practices that Barbados has and how we can share this with our neighbours and brothers in CARICOM. You know, we continue to punch above our weight, and in particular as it relates to renewable energy.
Yes, Pearson, if I have my way, over the next 5 years or so, Barbados is going to be a galvanizing pace setter for CARICOM. And in CARICOM, we have developed this notion that any one CARICOM member state's problems is a CARICOM problem. And similarly, I believe that any one member state's good fortune or good ideas or good practices should be shared with the entire community. Now, one of the areas that CARICOM is really focused on to fuel our development going forward is the whole area of renewable energy. In fact, in 2018, CARICOM established a Caribbean Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency, a CARICOM institution, established right here in Barbados at the Trinity Business Center on Country Road. And I guess probably many Barbadians are not even aware of that. But that CARICOM institution has responsibility for helping CARICOM to negotiate this whole area of renewable energy. So we have to think, how can we make this new industry, you know, the sun, the waves, the wind belongs to all of us. So we have to find a way to really make this new industry a very democratic one, and use it to drive positive social and economic transformation. So we have been even thinking about things like how can we use renewable energy, for example, to finance CARICOM institutions? Because you know all the member states have to finance these institutions. And it has occurred to us, and again, Barbados put the idea on the table, that governments could actually give licenses where governments might find it difficult to come up with the cash to pay their share of the finance of various CARICOM institutions, that a way around that might be for the government to actually give the institution a license to produce solar energy and sell it to the national energy company. And so that's just one of the innovative ideas. But Barbados has come up with a number of very innovative ideas as to how we are going to use this new renewable energy industry to drive our development. And one that over the past week I've been sharing with our CARICOM, with my fellow CARICOM ambassadors, is our HOPE program. That is the Home Ownership Providing Energy program.
Mm-hmm.
And because I really think that this program represents an important conceptual breakthrough by the Barbados government. Remember, this is the program where we say we're going to use renewable energy to make home ownership accessible to working class people, to lower middle class people. And how do we do that? Well, government has set up a company where the would-be homeowner is offered this tremendous deal. You don't have to pay for the land. You just have to give government the permission after the house is built to construct a solar photovoltaic system on your roof, to use that system to generate energy for 20 years, and government will sell that energy to the Barbados Light and Power, and that will be deemed your payment for the land. So all you have to concern yourself with is the cost of constructing the home, and government has arranged for you a 100% mortgage, so you don't have to look for down payment and all of that. And we have said that we are going to use this breakthrough, this bright idea, to construct 10,000 homes and make them available to, working class and lower middle class people. So I have been very keen to share that idea with our CARICOM brothers and sisters, because I think that this is one way in which we, all of us across the region, can use this new renewable energy industry, so that it doesn't fall into the hands of the traditional wealthy class,
Mm-hmm.
but instead it is really used, to drive, social transformation. And then of course, we also have the small homes generating, income, project, where we said we're going to do a similar thing with 50,000 small homes, that we're going to set up a program in collaboration with the credit unions, where we're going to make it easy, for working class people to reinforce your roof, get a photovoltaic system put on your roof, so that you can generate, energy. You can use that electricity for your own home, but the excess you can then sell to the Barbados Light and Power. So the home now gets an additional stream of income coming into the home. So I think, Pearson, that these are brilliant ideas,
Yes.
and those are not the only ones. I mean, there are several others that the Barbados government,
Mm-hmm.
has developed, and I am very keen to share them with our CARICOM, neighbors, because we are all in this together. We must develop together.
Absolutely. We live in a part of the world that is bathed by sunlight. And also, by our dint of our location, the trade winds come across beautifully. So we can harness all of that energy and turn it into prosperity for all. And that's the whole point here. And so, in wanting to share this with our Caribbean neighbors, also begs the question: how do they compare with our forward focus in what we're doing here in renewable energy? What's the lack there that we can fill?
Well, I think we are in advance of our CARICOM, brothers and sisters. Remember, way back, the late 70s, early 80s, we went forward with, solar energy, particularly the solar water
Heaters.
heater.
Mm-hmm.
So Barbados has been in the vanguard, really, of, the development of renewable energy and solar energy in particular. And our government has taken this very, very seriously. In fact, we have said, and we have passed a law to this effect, that we intend, to be, carbon neutral by the year 2030. We intend to have replaced, the vast majority of our dependence on fossil fuels with renewable energy sources. And, so we are in the vanguard. We are leading the way. In fact, cast your mind back, Pearson, to the last week in October of last year. The government of Barbados, as we were preparing to go to the COP26, climate change conference in Glasgow,
Mm-hmm.
we invited to Barbados the executive director of the Green Climate Fund, Mr.
Yes.
Yannick Glemerick.
Mm-hmm.
The Green Climate Fund is the institution, the fund set up by the United Nations to handle all of the vast amounts of money that the developed countries, are to make available to the world, to help with adaptation to, global warming. And so we brought him here. We then shared him with CARICOM, because
Mm-hmm.
we arranged, a heads of government, meeting, where he was able to interact with the entire CARICOM. And some of the things that we CARICOM posed to him was the need to set up, a branch of the Green Climate Fund in the Caribbean, because the fund is headquartered in all the way in South Korea. So we need a branch here. But Barbados also used the opportunity of his presence here, to discuss with him and to negotiate with him the setting up of a green investment bank in Barbados. And this thing is a go. It's expected that over the next 18 months, the Green Investment Bank will be set up here in Barbados and will be deploying approximately $150 million in investment capital for green projects, including, of course, renewable energy projects. So we are on our way, and there are some other ideas that our government has put on the table. Well, as you know, we have already begun, government has already begun putting photovoltaic systems on the roofs of government buildings, generating the electricity to power the government building. Our Minister of Agriculture has also proposed that our lone sugar factory, soon from now, will not simply be operating 3 months a year simply to deal with sugar crop, but will be operating 12 months a year, generating renewable energy, taking biomass and generating it into electricity. And that's one of the ways in which we think we can keep our sugar industry alive. So the BAMC, the Barbados Agricultural Management Company, will transform into the Barbados Energy and Sugar Company. Similarly, we think that farms in Barbados, farmers often struggle because farming is such a difficult and precarious occupation. So we have come up with the idea, look, we can facilitate farmers to also set up photovoltaic systems on the farm that will generate energy that they can use for their own energy needs on the farm, but that they can also sell excess to the light and power company and thereby have an additional income stream to make the farm profitable. Right. And bear in mind, Pearson, that underpinning all of this is the idea that this will generate this kind of work, the work required to put up the photovoltaic systems, to build the 10,000 houses of the Hope program, to put up the photovoltaic systems on the 50,000 small homes that we are thinking about. That's going to call for a lot more artisans.
Yes.
And so we are also saying that this will drive technical and vocational education. So we are actually envisaging that beginning this year of 2022, we are going to have to educate a lot more of our young people to be, carpenters, masons, electrical wire people, the whole range of artisanal skills. Right. And that we're gonna work out a 2-month to 3-month training program in the first instance. But it's my hope that we're gonna bring TVET on board with this program, because I would like to see all of those new young artisans. I would like to see them acquiring Caribbean vocational qualifications and qualify for the CARICOM Skills National program, so that they can become qualified to move all across our region and explore career and work opportunities for themselves. So that's why I say Barbados is going to have to be a galvanizing pace setter, and we are determined that we are going to lead by example.
And these are just some of the examples, folks. But we will share this with CARICOM, wider CARICOM, or best practices as it relates to renewable energy. Ambassador Comissiong, we got to leave it there. But thank you, as always, for stimulating our thinking processes, but most of all for engaging us on the different things that government here is doing, so that we are well aware of how good Barbados is and in whose hands it is indeed. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Pearson. It's my pleasure.
You're very welcome indeed.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning.